Peace. Today I'll be discussing why most of my people have hypertension and the history behind it, the lifestyle behind it, things that cause hypertension. And starting off, we're going to just start off with some basic statistics, right? So according to the CDC, 57.1% of non-Hispanic Black adults have hypertension. That's higher than any other racial group in America, and even worse, it says it starts younger, hits harder, and causes more complications like heart disease, kidney failure, and stroke. Now we already know that hypertension and diabetes, stroke, those are like underlying issues, okay? So diabetes is an overwhelming amount of glucose in the bloodstream due to an insulin issue. Stroke is a blood clot or a blood vessel that pops in the brain, causing issues within the brain system, right? And so these issues literally correlate with one another. Also, with these statistics combined, it's proven that my people in particular are less likely to have their blood pressure uncontrolled. Now, this isn't by coincidence. This is by design. I'm going to say it again. The fact that my people are more likely to not have their blood pressure under control, it's not by coincidence, but it's by design, right? And we're gonna break down this design and fuck it up and get my people to heal themselves, okay? And so people tend to say, oh, it's the genes, it's the genes, it's the genes. Yes, genes do play a factor, but it doesn't determine the full story. Genes is like the gun, right? And your lifestyle is like the trigger, right? Now, the gun got the bullets, and then a lifestyle is the trigger for the bullets. You hear me? So once you have a bad lifestyle that don't fit a healthy, once you have a bad lifestyle and your genes already have the loaded gun with hypertension or potential for high blood pressure, and you're not eating healthy, you're not being active, you're pulling that trigger, causing that chronic disease, right? You don't want to pull a trigger. Change your lifestyle. That's the simplest way to put it. If you do not want to pull the trigger, change your lifestyle. And so this correlates literally to history. Often in slavery, we were forced to eat scraps, right? We were forced to eat diets heavy in sodium, fat, and processed meat. And over time, it became our culture, and it's killing us. It's crazy, bro. We're not even gonna talk about food deserts in the Black community, how they purposely design for my community to have a lack of nutrient-dense foods in the area, right? It's crazy, man. It's literally about design. They want to kill us. And so now we're going to get into stress, right? So Black Americans is no coincidence have a higher levels of stress due to racism, due to discrimination, poverty, policing, right? Underemployment, environmental factors, okay? So we have to deal with a lot of stress that other races don't have to do. Like, a lot of my people probably feel scared simply seeing the police or just walking outside because they know the potential for their skin color and how America conducts itself, right? And so it's not just easy living day-to-day life. Everybody want to be me, but nobody want to be me. You hear me? That's because we contain so much power, but then with great power come great responsibility. Everybody want to be us, but nobody want to be us. Right? Everybody want our position, but then everybody want to take, right? They want to take the lives. They want us to dim our light so they could shine brighter. But that's not going to happen. We're going to prosper. We're going to rise. And still we rise. And so essentially chronic stress equals higher blood pressure, higher inflammation, and then a higher risk of heart disease. And so like I was saying about the food deserts, right? Many of us live in food deserts where fresh produce is hard to find, but liquor stores and fast food joints are everywhere. Healthcare access is trash in low-income areas, and let's be real, many of us don't trust the healthcare system either. Like, it's literally if you don't know anything about health, it's a disaster. Like, it's a recipe for disaster, bro. Like, you're living in a neighborhood that's food deserts, and then you not even knowing how exactly health and all these things work. It's just like, you feel me? That's a recipe for disaster. But then I'm not making this video so we could be victims. I'm making this video so we could be aware and we're able to change the things that we can change, right? Now, what can we actually change in our everyday life? Now, I was saying lifestyle change. Now say, how can I make this lifestyle change? What lifestyle change do I need to make? The lifestyle change that you need to make is as what follows, right? Change your diet, okay? Add more potassium-rich foods like spinach, sweet potatoes, bananas, avocados. Cut back processed sodium. Drink water. Cook at home more, okay? You don't have to give up the culture, but just flip the recipe. Now, my people, we already know what we like to eat, man. We be cooking it up, bruh. You feel me? No other race. Listen, we be cooking it up, right? But all the soul food, all this and that, you gotta make sure the soul food is actually good for your soul. You feel me? We talking about soul food. Is the food actually good for your soul though? Like, you feel me? So that's important too. Move more also, okay? So just 30 minutes a day cast drastic changes on your cardiovascular health. 30 minutes of walking, I'm not talking about running. 30 minutes of walking, right? It drastically positively impacts your cardiovascular health. And that's really it. You don't need a gym to be consistent, okay? So also de-stress. My people, we need to learn how to meditate. We need to know breathing techniques, right? The power of the breath, right? I meditate every single day. Also, this mudra, it's for letting go, okay? So my people, we need to, even though we have a lot of pent-up anger, a lot of shit we just need to let go. This mudra right here, your pointy fingers, boom. Meditate right here, your joint. You green just like that, you hear me? And so to wrap it up, our ancestors went through hell, but we survived. Now it's time to thrive. We can't let a system that was never built for us to continue to destroy us. We can't let habits that was built from survival and generational trauma continue to impact our health today when we have knowledge, we have a different living situation, a whole bunch of different things change. We can't keep living in the same mental space, right? We're mainly the only race that does this. So we have to break the cycle and build a legacy, right? You matter, your health matters, right? Overconsumption of alcohol, overconsumption of sodium, overconsumption of saturated fat, overconsumption of meat and dairy products, overconsumption of butter, overconsumption of a lot of these things, overconsumption of pork. Let's get rid of it, right? Because this is how we better the community. We have to better our mental space. We have to better our health. We have to get rid of the chronic diseases, because if not, they're going to keep poisoning the community with medicine, with things that keep us in a cycle. And then the medicine has other side effects to it, right? They want to make money off your inability to take care of yourself, right? These medicines have other side effects to it. You have to make the lifestyle change. That's what makes the lifestyle change. You hear me? You have to make lifestyle change. That's what makes the lifestyle change, right? You have to change your habits, and that will make you feel better, right? So once you know better, you do better, right? I hope this informed you. Remember to not eat too much salt, to not overconsume on alcohol. Remember these things. Remember to get moving. At least 30 minutes of walking. These things will drastically change your health, right? We can't keep letting these people control our life by letting them plant certain things in our neighborhood and then not taking control of our life and keep acting like victims, okay? We know they have food deserts. We know this. But let's do what we can with the knowledge that we can get to. With that being said, peace.